Ciao a tutti ragazzi e ragazze, benvenuti in un nuovo video reaction. Oggi reagiremo al video Draw My Life di Jikininki. E chi è? Vabbè, Jikininki è uno yokai che a quanto pare è una specie di mostro cannibale, un ghoul che a quanto pare mangia le persone. Ecco, e niente. Faremo il video il reaction al suo Draw My Life, sempre fatto da Draw The Life TikTok. Ovviamente, prima di iniziare lasciate like, iscrivetevi al canale, dite cosa pensate di Jikininki. Adesso iniziamo a vedere questo video.
Welcome to one more week and one more Scary Tuesday, TikTokers. Today, we will take a look at a Japanese legend. It's been a while since we shared one, and we were starting to miss it. Today, we'll talk about the Jikininki, also known as human-eating ghosts. These are the spirits of human beings who had a very immoral day-to-day behavior in life. Once they die, they are doomed to search for human corpses and eat them. In Western legends, ghouls are a similar creature. Today, we'll...
ora che ci penso, non è che in Tokyo Ghoul sono dei Jikininki. No, non sono dei Jikininki. I Jikininki hanno un aspetto diverso.
Tell you a story from Japanese folklore starring Muso Kokushi, a priest member of the Rinzai school from the Zen movement. Muso was traveling alone through the Mino province, a mountainous and sparsely populated region. The night fell, and the priest searched for a place to use as shelter. When he didn't find any house around, he finally decided to spend the night under the stars. However, in the last second, he luckily discovered a faraway hill with an anjitsu, a small shrine, on top of it. With resolve, Muso walked to the shrine in order to spend the night there.
Non penso che sia una buona idea. Penso che lì ci incontrerai un bello yokai che è pronto a mangiarti.
Once Muso arrived at the entrance of the shrine, an old priest who seemingly lived there greeted him in a very rude way. The old priest rudely told Muso that he never received anyone in his shrine, and that he should try going to the village in the valley where he might find shelter. Perplexed by the rudeness of the old priest, Muso still followed his suggestion and went to the village, where to his surprise was very well received at the magistrate's house. As soon as he entered the house, Muso saw how the main room was filled with people that seemed to be mourning someone's death. But he was soon taken to a separate room so he could rest. Around midnight, a young man entered the room, took a bow before Muso, and explained to him that his father had died very recently, and that the people mourning in the
Fammi indovinare, è morto per colpa di un Jikininki.
main room were family members and acquaintances who went to pay respects and offer condolences. The young man also told Muso that both his family and the neighbors would be moving to the neighboring village because, according to an old tradition from the place, they had to leave any corpse alone, as strange things could happen in the house where the body remained. Muso gave his condolences to the young man and felt a bit annoyed about not being informed about this earlier, as he could have managed the service for the deceased before everyone went away. Muso promised the young man that he would hold a vigil for his father's body, as he didn't feel any fear at all. After this exchange, the relatives and acquaintances of the deceased went away. Once Muso was alone, and after carrying out all the respective rituals and prayers for the body, he held a vigil for the deceased during the night. For most of the night, there was no sign of danger, nor any weird noise. But suddenly, a huge and strange figure with a grotesque shape stealthily entered the room. Muso was petrified in shock. The strange creature looked like a decomposing corpse, but with claws and bright eyes. The creature raised the body of the deceased,
Sembra un goblin.
devoured it voraciously, and then proceeded to eat all of the food offerings left in the place. Once the creature finished its macabre feast, it disappeared.
È sparito. Cioè, ha finito di mangiare, poi puff, sparisce.
The next morning, the priest waited for the villagers at the front of the house. When they came in, they showed no surprise when they saw no corpse, as that wasn't the first time something like that happened. Muso told them
Quindi è successo un sacco di volte.
what he had experienced, but nobody was surprised, as the experience coincided with the stories they already knew about. Muso then asked them about
E quindi avevano già a che fare con un Jikininki.
the old priest from the hill, Didn't he used to carry out services for the deceased of this village? The villagers, surprised by Muso's words, responded that there was no shrine on the hill, let alone a priest living there. Muso didn't respond
Vero.
and just stayed silent. Did a spirit play a trick on him?
Boh.
He bid farewell to the villagers, and filled with doubts in his head, Muso departed from the village and tried to return to the shrine on the hill. It didn't take long for Muso to find it. He met again with the old priest from before, who surprisingly
Non è che magari il vecchietto è Jikininki?
he bowed and apologized for treating Muso so rudely, and for
Ah,
not giving him
bravo.
shelter the night before. The old priest then said that he was terribly embarrassed because Muso saw him in his true form, as it was him who devoured the corpse and food offerings that night.
Lo sapevo! È lui, Jikininki! È sto vecchiaccio Jikininki!
He told Muso how he became a Jikininki, a spirit that devoured corpses, because he had been a bad priest when he was alive. For instance, he wouldn't do the rituals people paid him to do as a priest, as he was only interested in getting the money. Once he passed away, he reincarnated into that vile and deformed creature as a
Madonna,
punishment
quanto
for his
importante.
immoral conduct in life. The Jikininki begged Muso to have mercy on him and do a Segaki sacrifice,
Ah, sì?
a Buddhist offering celebrated in honor of hungry spirits so their punishment can finally end. After Muso complied with the request, the old priest and the shrine disappeared, leaving Muso kneeling before an old grave covered in moss.
Bene. Non ce la faccio più a sti jumpscare. Scusate per le mode. Vabbè, anche Jikininki è sistemato. Vabbè, raga, spero che la reaction vi sia piaciuta. Iscrivetevi al canale, lasciate like. Manca poco per la conclusione di questa serie. Mi mancano giusto 3 yokai. La serie è finita. E non vedo l'ora che finisca, perché sinceramente mi sto un po' stufando a fare i video reaction. So che a molti di voi non sta piacendo questa serie, ma vabbè, tranquilli che fra poco sta per finire e torneranno le recensioni, i video con i peluche. Vabbè, iscrivetevi al canale, ciao. Ditemi nei commenti che ne pensate di Jikininki.